Hey, hey, hey Barbie, hey Barbie. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Andrew Queen, aka Beck, and yeah, it's been a real long time, but don't worry about that. That's not important. What's important is today we're going to be doing a makeup look because I haven't done makeup in forever and I really miss it and I really wanted to record this look. So this look is my Barbie look. That's why, you know, whatever. Just get into it. So this look is my Barbie look because I really wanted to do it when the movie came out. I still have not seen the movie. I have yet to see the movie. I know. So this look that I'm doing is what I would have worn if I had gone to see the movie as Barbie as was planned. It's okay. Long story short, I was supposed to go see it with my sister, but things kept happening and it just fell apart. But it's fine. Whatever. I'll just pirate it. Who cares? I just really wanted to dress up and be Barbie and go to the theater with her. It was going to be really cute, but it's okay. Life happens. We move on. Whatever. So this is kind of a welcome back video because I haven't made a YouTube video in over 2 years. I used to do commentary and I still kind of want to do commentary, but like it was really hard to do commentary and be in college. So like I saw a lot of people who were doing YouTube in college and I don't know how they did it. They're magicians because it's hard. It's hard. And then I was really trying to focus my last semester and do like a bunch of things at once and it just didn't work out. I was taking 6 classes, I had 2 jobs, and then on top of that I wanted to start my YouTube channel. Like it wasn't gonna happen, but that's okay. I'm a little congested, so excuse me. But today we're just gonna be doing a little Barbie look and I'm gonna just cut you guys up on my life and how I've been and what I want this channel to be. So first of all, we have to start with our primer, and because I'm using face paint, I'm using this little like oil based face paint. I kind of hate it, but I like it. It's really pigmented, but it's also oil based, and oil based is terrible because it gets everywhere and it's like impossible to take off your face. So you know, but it's pigmented, so whatever. And it was like $12 off on Amazon. It's called CC Beauty. You know those like generic like little name like brands that you never heard of? Yeah, whatever. So I got that off Amazon. So because I'm using face paint for my look, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. matte putty primer, and I kind of also hate this primer, sorry e.l.f., because it does leave a little bit of white cast, which is really annoying. But I only use it when I'm doing like face paint and stuff, and then I usually only use it like around the areas where the face paint is going to go, so around my eyes mostly. It leaves a little bit, like the tiniest bit of a white cast, like you can kind of see it, which isn't fun, but it works. It gets the job done. It's really good for like, my eyebrows are going back and I was gonna shave them, but I didn't and I don't really care. But it's good for like filling in gaps like between places like that so that it's smooth. Like if you do drag, you know, and you're like, if you're just shaving like facial hair off and you need to like fill the gaps in, it does that really well. So like now it appears a lot smoother because I put it. But it does also, like I said, leave that white cast. So it depends on you and what you're trying to do. I really only use it when I'm doing heavy duty stuff, and like I said, I don't really use it on my whole face. I really just use it in places that need it. And I normally use a different primer, but I can't find it. So I'm just gonna use a little lotion. That's crazy, but do what works for you. Like there are no rules in makeup. That's the other thing. There are like no rules in makeup. And this works for me, so whatever. Excuse me. So that's that. We're gonna do our base first, and I'm really excited to do my base because I haven't done makeup in forever, and I love doing makeup. And I especially am excited because over the summer I kind of got a tan. Like you see a little tan line. I kind of got a tan, and I love doing my base when my skin is darker, like than my winter shade, like my summer shade, because everything just like comes out. I don't know how to explain it, but there was another foundation I wanted to use. I cannot find it. Don't worry about that. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in this color is 375. So this is like my summer shade, blah blah, and everything kind of looks a little weird. Like I'm still figuring the lighting out, whatever, but it's okay. The final product is what matters. So you just want to take a little bit of this. I got this thing, this like you know, the Korean Beauty, like the spatula and the little like palette, whatever. I'm using this mostly for my face paint because like it's kind of a pain to like mix it on stuff, so that's what this is for. But like, you know, like Korean Beauty is very much about like the like spatula for like the thin application, whatever. So that's what we're gonna try because I've never tried it before. So I'm just sticking, oh, that's a lot. I just stuck my little spatula whatever in there, and now I have a mirror down here, so I'm trying to like using it smoothly. Oh, this is nice. It feels nice, and I do feel like it's like thin, which is nice. Like I feel like it's really spreading it, but also keep in mind like all of these things are fads. So like, yeah, it's fun to try or whatever, but it's not like the make or break like secret to your makeup. I see like a lot of times people will post like, I'm just trying to get it all off the fucking thing. People will post like, this is how to achieve this perfect makeup look or blah 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 blah. Like there's no one secret to makeup. There's no one like one size. There's things that you can do to make your application look better or be smoother or like come across better, but like there's no like this is the trick that'll fix your makeup forever, you know what I mean? Like I saw a lot of people talking about the spatula thing and like, oh, this is what makes your foundation application flawless. No, it doesn't matter. If I had put it on the back of my hand and used a brush or like slathered it on my face like I did now, it doesn't matter. It's just about like technique more than like a fad, you know. And then for setting spray, I'm using the e.l.f. makeup mist and set, whatever. It's like $3 or $4. Get at drugstore, get at Target. I love e.l.f. because it's really cheap, but it also like they have a lot of good products. They have some products it's like a hit or miss, but most of their products are really good for their price. And the reason why I'm using setting spray, I literally just bought this today or yesterday, is because you want to set in between your layers, but not with fucking powder, unless you want to look like a ghost. But you want to set in between your layers with spray because it mixes with the foundation, it makes it last longer, and you know, I was just talking about smoother application. This is one of the ways to get that smoother application. So you know, like when people are like, oh, let your concealer dry, blah 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 blah, and then you let it dry and then you try and like move it and it's dry. Exactly. This kind of does that same thing, but you can still like spread your makeup around, which is important. This brush I'm using is a e.l.f. contour brush. I love them. They should sponsor me. Anyway, it's just one of those like flat, like rectangular type brush vibes that are really cute for just smoothing the makeup into your skin. I really like it. I like what it feels too. Yeah, I know some people use like a stipple brush too. You can do that too. I mean, it's just like I said, different techniques to achieve like the same thing, which is like a smooth, like flawless skin. And if you feel like, oh, it's drying up, you literally just add another spritz of setting spray, and it does the trick. So the one thing I say, maybe I feel like I might be allergic to something in here, because every time I spray setting spray, like it makes my nose run, which is very interesting. I don't know, maybe it's just like the sudden moisture or whatever, but it always makes my nose like irritated a little bit. Alright, so while I'm done with that, I'm gonna move on to my concealer. And I haven't done my makeup, like full face of makeup, maybe since graduation. I graduated college in May. Hooray. I got a bachelor's in English, and I'm looking to go back to get my master's. Do I want to get my master's? No. That doesn't mean anything though. I'm still going to go and do it. I never really like was this super big thing. Like my parents were never like forceful about it, like you have to get your master's. No, but the language that they use was always like when and not if. They were always like when you get your master's and never like if you get it. So like it was kind of there, but you know, it's not. I know that if I said, oh, I really don't want to do it, they wouldn't force me. But also I got like a good opportunity that came up, so I'm looking to capitalize on it. So yeah, basically this is that. I'm going to move on to my concealers now. They are also e.l.f. You're going to see a lot of e.l.f. products. It's fine. So I'm using... I had a darker one, but I have no idea where it is. I'm using Deep Cinnamon and Rich Cocoa for like regular like concealer purposes. You can see them. Let me do the little beauty influencer vibe. You know, they're like 2 shades apart. And they're red undertones, which is really important because I have red undertones. Obviously you want to use products that match the undertones that you have, because if you don't, you're gonna look crazy. It's that simple. I'm also using this medium golden for like a bright under eye vibe a little bit. And that's another thing. I could talk about this stuff all day, but the bright under eye trend, like when it started, I don't know who started it. I haven't done all my research, whatever. But like the first videos that I saw a lot of were people who were like had lighter skin than me, that were fairer than me, and then when they would do their little bright under eyes or whatever, they would use a white concealer. Now obviously that makes sense for somebody who has a lighter skin tone, because you want to use a even lighter concealer, and if you're fairly light already, like the next step is white. But I started seeing like MUAs with darker skin, like my skin tone, or even deeper, using white, and then it would like wash them out. And I'm like, like if you want to achieve a brighter, like bright under eye vibe, and you have a deeper, darker skin tone, just use like a tan. Use a tan, or like use a white people concealer. Don't use white, like the color white blank concealer. You are going to wash yourself out, and then your skin's going to look great. Like, there's an artistic way to do it. I've seen like Nazira Looks uses white a lot, but she's doing something artistic with it. If you're simply just trying to achieve that look and you're not trying to like be avant-garde or editorial or anything like that, just use tan. Just use tan. Literally, just trust me, use the tan. So anyway, I'm just gonna take this, and I've been messing around with, this is almost empty, you guys don't look. I've been messing around a lot with concealer like shapes, the shape of my face, because like I didn't like learn makeup from anyone, so I didn't like, all of the stuff I know about makeup is literally like trial and error and practice and things like that. So one thing I'm still not super confident about is, like, I'm gonna look good regardless, stress that, but I'm not super confident about like the placement of my concealer all the time. Like sometimes I feel like it could be placed better, or it could be placed in a more strategic way. I use the darker of the two to cover up my bags, and then I'm going to use the lighter of the two closer to the inner corner of my eye, and then also up here to like attempt to do some lifting. Like, you know what I mean? When I say, like, I know I'm going to look good at the end of the day, but do I know if this is really lifting? I have to do some more research, honestly. I have to do some more, I have to look into it a little bit more. I feel like it's lifting, but just because I feel like it's lifting doesn't mean it actually is. But I am trying to like elevate my features a little bit, so. And then it's the same vibe. You take your setting spray. That was too close to my face. Okay. And then, you know, you can just fan your face a little bit with a palette or like a fan. I'm gonna get one of those big like fans that they sell at Pride that be having stuff written on it. My friend has one that's like, you know, it has like ghetto shit on, like work bitch, whatever. Like, I want one of those because they're big as hell and they're like really sturdy, but they're also like $20. And then I'm going to use the same brush because I believe in same brush supremacy. You don't have to. You can literally use like a rounder brush like this. I mostly use this for blush, which is why it's red. But you can use a rounder brush like this to get more of like a, more of a rounded effect. I'm using the same brush because whatever. And because, I don't know, I just like this brush. But if you want more of a like a softer effect, because this brush has like defined lines, so you have to be able to blend them out properly, I would recommend using a circular brush as opposed to like a hard brush like this. But, you know, whatever. I believe in same brush supremacy because like I don't want to use 37 brushes to achieve the same look that I could use one brush to do, or two. Like, I'm going to use that one for blush, I'm going to use this for contour as well. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Then you just want to get under your eyes. And if you're like afraid of getting close to your eyes, just try to like close them and then look up. Like look up, but if you're like really like, oh, like my sister is really afraid of stuff getting close to her eyes, so she like, I usually have her close them and then look up. It still kind of achieves the same thing as if you were to just look up. And if your eyes are closed, then you're not as afraid of, you know, poking them. Going in like upward motion, because I said I want to lift. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about the concept of the makeup look that I'm doing. It's like sporty Barbie vibes because I don't have that much pink. It's that simple. And I have this really cute shirt that it's a sneak peek. You're gonna see. So like I was just like, you know what? I have this really cute shirt, like short set. I don't really have that much Barbie stuff, so let's just work with what we got. So I'm doing this like sporty Barbie kind of vibe. This like very exercise Barbie-esque look. I mean, maybe not very, but like slightly. Kind of. So I'm gonna move on to contour, and I'm using, surprise, another e.l.f. concealer. This is Rich Ebony, which is, I think, their darkest shade. They have a pretty big range. It could be bigger, or it could be darker, to be honest. They don't need as many of them white people colors. I don't really care. Could be a little bit browner, but you know, they have a pretty decent range. And like the concealers are like $6 a pop, so I'm just going to draw this on. And again, like with contour, I kind of just do whatever. I used to just draw a straight line, which didn't really work. Now I kind of like make a triangle, like a rounded triangle, so I go like this and come down on both sides. Also, my face is asymmetrical, which is, you know, asymmetrical baddies for the win. Like, that's just life. So I try really hard to make sure that even though it's not symmetrical, it matches, you know. So the way my YouTube channel was going before this was, I really wanted to do like lifestyle. I wanted to do like aesthetic, you know, like I was gonna do makeup and I was gonna talk, but I was also gonna do like workouts and like jogging and like come to class with me, blah 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 blah, which is why I was trying to focus it on my last semester. But like I said, that was a bad idea. I just didn't have the time for it, and I couldn't devote to it the way I wanted to, because a YouTube channel, it's not just making the content, it's editing the content, it's conceptualizing the content, it's editing the content, it's uploading, it's fixing, it's addressing issues, it's planning, it's time management, you know, it's having the luxury of a space to record in. It's a bunch of different things. And I just didn't have all the things that I needed at the time that I needed them, which is fine. Okay, bright under eye. So your lightest concealer, if you're light skinned and you use a white one, that's fine. If you're darker like me, I really recommend a tan one. And you're just gonna take it, and what I like to do is, I'm not trying to get everywhere all bright. I don't want to look crazy. I just really like brightening up this area where my eyes are, like right here. I really like blending into this a little bit. Like, I love that. I don't know, something about that's just real cute for me, so that's what I like to do. Move all this out the way. Yeah, so for this, like, I really wanted to just be a casual, like, if I get the time to sit down and record a look, then I'm gonna do it. Freaking firing squad in this bottle. Like, it's on everything. Like, if you look at my table, the setting spray is everywhere. Whatever. What was I saying? Oh, sorry. I really want a chance to, like, just, more casual. Like, if I sit down, I'm like, I have an idea for a makeup look, and I just sit down and do it. Or, I wanted to record the process of something, and I just sit down and do it, you know? I'm gonna talk about whatever. Talk about current events, talk about how I'm doing the look, talk about what's going on in my life, whatever. That's the vibe I kind of want to go for this time around, because I just feel like I was really trying to put myself into a box, or I was trying to bite off more than I can chew, because sure, I could be a little lifestyle YouTuber or whatever, but like, just because I can, does that mean that's what I actually want to do? You know, and I feel like I really want to focus more on just doing makeup. Also, I was lying to myself with the whole like exercise thing. I exercise, don't get me wrong, but I was lying to myself, because I was like, I'm gonna make gym routines and like food prep it. Like, girl, no you weren't. No you were not. So then I like to powder contour, and I like to powder contour because it just doubly, triply, quadruply sets everything over it. And I am going to use that rounder blush for this. So for my powder contour for the lighter parts, I use the Maybelline Fit Me Dry, like the powderless, I mean not the powder foundation, oh my god. It's because this is poreless on here. The powder foundation, this is 320, so again another natural tan, and I literally just use this for like bright under eye purposes. So take your round brush, just pack it, just get it on there, and then you want to pat it into those places that you want it to brighten up. So literally I'm going here, 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 and a little bit here. Like, think of it like a butterfly almost on both sides. That's what I'm doing with it. Because for me, this is where the bright under eye lives, like right here. A little bit into your like actual eye, but like you put eyeshadow on it, you do whatever on it, whatever. So this is where the bright under eye lives for me. And then I like to take a little bit of it and put it like here, because again, I'm trying to do that like lifting, whatever, I don't know. And like I said, I don't know if it works, but I know I look good. I like to also take it and touch up like some of the lighter points on my face. Sometimes I put concealer there, but I feel like today, because like I said, we're trying to be sporty Barbie, I don't want to do too much where just like full glamazon face and then like biker shorts, you know? I'm going to take my concealer, my contour, and this is where it starts to like make sense. So for contour, I use the True Complexion contour palette, which you can literally get at Walmart for like $7. It's Black Radiance. I'm not going to show you the cover of it because it looks crazy, but yeah, I use this a lot. The middle one was like a redder, a lighter redder tone, and I have two, and the other one is missing the dark one, but it has this one. It literally just fell out, I don't know. But anyway, today we're just going to be using this dark color, and it is really dark, so you know, keep that in mind. But we're just going to be using it really sparingly, so I like press my brush to it like 2 or 3 times, and then I just lightly take my hand and like follow that like line that you first drew with that triangle. So you see it now, it's like a harsh line, and then you just blend that in. And then I'll take like another 1 or 2 taps and I'll put it on my jawline as well, just to divine what is not actually there. You see, y'all see it, as opposed to this side. You see the definition, yeah. Setting powder, I like to take the round brush, the softer brush, and then, where is it? Oh, I think this is it. My setting powder is a mix of like 70 different things, because not everything like works. So this is the e.l.f. translucent powder. It's literally just like a white powder, and I used to use this the most, but it's not actually that translucent. So like if you use too much, you will kind of get like a little bit of like a ghosty vibe, you know, and we're not trying to do that. So what I started to do was I mixed this with the Makeup Revolution Banana Deep Powder, so these two together, and that usually worked, but I still, if you were a little heavy-handed, ghosty vibe. So then I also add in the Makeup Revolution Translucent Powder. This is the key for me. This is the key to not, you know, looking like I rose from the dead. So I'm just gonna put a little bit in the lid, like literally just a little bit. I pick it up with my brush, I put it in the lid, and I tap around my brush to like diffuse it so it's not crazy. You see that? And then you just tap or like lightly brush depending on where you are. I like to tap around my nose because it is a little bit more oil prone than the rest of my face, but then like I'll use like a light hand and do like sweeping around like my chin and jaw area. So it just depends. And then I don't bake. I don't believe in baking. I love my skin, so I don't bake. Sorry, that's kind of shade, but like to be for real, I don't bake. Cause my thing is, if you are doing that setting spray method properly, you don't need to. And the setting powder just kind of locks everything in. If you bake, like, that's great for you. I don't want to like, I'm not trying to put down the girls that bake. I just don't believe in it. Like my skin is worse over time if I bake, so I'd rather just not. Now the moment you've all been waiting for, I'm going to contour my nose so that this like swatch of lighterness is broken up and it doesn't look crazy. Okay. Normally for my nose contour, I would use the redder tone that's supposed to go here, but we're just gonna make it work with the other one, and it's fine. You just have to like, I have this brush. This is like a lighter, like fluffy brush. It's like a smaller version of the one I was just using on my face, and you just want to take again the lightest little bit because this is strong stuff, and just tap it on the brush. And you can tap the brush as well to like, you know, get rid of any loose pigment. And then I'm just going to go in from like right here where my like eyelid is and draw down to the bridge of my nose. And I'm literally just using the lightest amount of powder possible because like, you see how that's already a harsh line. I don't like too much nose contour. Unless I'm doing drag, then I like a lot. Like if I'm doing drag, I won't make the nose like crazy skinny because I low-key kind of hate when like black people, like especially if you have a broader nose like mine and then like you have like this thin ass, I hate that. But I will make my nose contour like very intense. But if I'm just doing like a face of makeup, I don't want it to be that intense. This is already kind of dark for me, I'm not even gonna lie. But we can make it work, we can rescue it. So I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other side, again coming from this spot right here where like you see the crease where my lid meets like my forehead and like the bridge of my nose. And I'm just gonna draw that line and come down. You're literally just following the same path. And so like your nose is contoured, but it's harsh as hell. So take this brush and blend it out. That's literally it. Like crazy. That's it. I don't always contour my nose, but if I do and I'm doing just like a B, I try and make it like natural. This light is washing me out. Let's see something. It's like a bunch of different. Maybe this one. Yeah. I'm gonna do the rest of the video in this one because that other one, it was kind of giving like my downfall. It's okay. I'm gonna play more with the light. So now base is done. That took half an hour. Too damn long.